What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. All right, so this video is impromptu. I kind of want to just discuss with my day ones, the ones that follow me and know what I'm doing in Africa, to kind of get a part of my brainstorming process of what I got going on. You know, there's a lot of people who follow me because they see I have small little projects in Africa. I don't claim to be some big mogul doing all these big, massive things like some people try to make themselves look bigger than they are, right? I keep it real. Look, I got a small farm. I'm working on it. Been working on it for 7 years. I've tried several different things and failed. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional farmer. I literally YouTube this shit, right? YouTube University. So right now, y'all know I got the catfish thing done. Y'all see me? I finished my catfish farm. I haven't put any catfish in it because I plan on putting the catfish in the pond come January. That's launch month of actually putting the catfish in the pond, right? Because the suppliers, because when you're working in other countries, you have to go at the speed of everybody else, right? So the supplier I'm getting my catfish from, they have to supply, you know, and when they get their supply, they're gonna deliver me my supply in January, right? Because they have to go, because the industry itself is not that big in the area that I'm in Ekiti, even though there's a big catfish farm, I think that was created in Ekiti just recently, like last year, right? And that is the only source, that is one of the only sources in the whole state where somebody can go and get the fingerlings and things like that to start their farms. And in between the high demand of catfish, it's probably real hard for nurseries to both sell their fingerlings and their table size fish at the same. The demand is just so high, right? The demand is so high. The industry of nurseries and the industry of selling retail catfish is kind of like they're both combined. So it's just so much demand. So I'm locked in for January to get my supply. I'm actually gonna have the lady come down. There's a lady, Nigerian lady. She's gonna come down and assess my pools, so she can tell me how many can go effectively inside each pool. I have 6 pools, 4 of them are the same size. I have 2 even bigger ones, right? And what I was gonna do, I was gonna build a chicken coop over top of it, right? I already allocated the money to build the chicken coop over top of it because I wanted to get the chicken poop, right? And use that for the nitrogen and all the things that come in it to feed the catfish along with other things, right? Because I wanted to make my overhead low, right? And I'm trying to keep everything organic. And in order to keep everything organic, you got to kind of like keep the process as natural as possible, right? You got to keep the chemicals out. You got to keep everything as natural as possible. I don't want to take any shortcuts. I don't want to give any hormones to my fish. I don't want to start that shit, right? Natural. I don't care how long it takes, right? But with natural comes, the regular natural problems. So, but then I was advised at first, because of the nature of my catfish farm, not to put the chicken coop, even though people do design it this way, to build a chicken coop facility over top of the catfish farm. It would hinder the catfish from, it'd be hindering me from cleaning the pools kind of like the way I want to. And it could cause other problems that I don't want, right? So I was going to put the chicken coop on the side, right? And then I'll just have a easy way to collect the chicken poop, because the chickens would have been fed on natural feed and things like that. So everything the cycle would have been a natural, right? But the problem is food is expensive, right? And like food is expensive everywhere. So it's expensive here, is expensive in Nigeria, is expensive everywhere, even though comparatively in Nigeria is 1 trillion times cheaper than here. But over there, for the market, it's still expensive, right? Because of what's happening globally. Everybody's affected. That's why when I hear people talk about Democrats and Republicans and talk about food, like, y'all guys got y'all anger pointed at the wrong people. These politicians can't do shit about them food prices. These are private corporations, global conglomerates that run the world. And there's only a handful of them, right? A handful of them, all right? They're the ones who set the price. Is their shareholders, and is their CEOs, COOs, and CFOs. These are the ones who are doing all this shit, right? The government can't do shit. They can tell you they can so you can go vote for them. But in reality, they can't do shit because they ain't never been able to do shit no matter who was in the White House. No, neither Democrat, Republican, right? This is a global thing, right? It transcends politics. So because of the prices, right, I found in my business partner, we found that there's no profit right now in chickens at the moment, right, to be producing eggs. Because I was going to get some layers, and I would have had the layers producing me eggs, you know, on a daily basis while I wait for these catfish to mature. Because table-sized catfish take 4 months to mature. The bigger size catfish takes 7 months to mature. So your investment into your initial stock, you're talking about half a year to the majority of a year before you can harvest. That's a long gap in time where you got to feed your fish. You got to feed, you know, you got to do all that and keep them healthy before you're able to make profit, right? And even when you do make profit, all you're doing is taking that money and turning it back around to the business to expand, especially if you ain't got no loan to just dump a bunch of money and just build facility and build capacity, right? When you're doing it out of your own pocket, when you're just a regular person, you have to utilize time and compound interest, you know, with your profit to get where you want to go, right? Under your own power. So I'm like, all right, because since I can't do the chickens, I'm going to do the chickens, right? But my priority is to get these things running faster. And what else can I do? What complementary animal can I use? Can I farm in order to make profit? Because I got my little small farm. I want to maximize the money I can make in this little area and provide the local community with a variety of different proteins to choose from. So I did pigs. Everybody know I started out with pigs. The problem with pigs is I don't have enough land for pigs. That's what I discovered. Them damn things are humongous. Like, listen, I didn't realize how big them things. Now, I sold my pigs a while ago. I can do pigs. And if you want to do pigs organically, I need more space. Because I was trying to do pigs organically. Meaning those things take about 8 months to get to where you want to go. And you got to feed those things, right? So, the feed for the pigs was not that bad because they eat pretty much anything. But when it comes to chickens, though, the chicken feed is so expensive. By the time I feed the chickens, selling the eggs wouldn't be profitable at this moment because I can't build the capacity to sell enough eggs to make it worth my while. And I don't have my own facility to make my own feed for the chickens yet, which I want to do, but I'm not there yet. So what's the best thing? Goats. I've done goats already. Y'all seen my goats. I have goats, right? And so I realized that goats out of pigs, I've tried rabbits, right? Which I was highly disappointed at the rabbit situation because I've had rabbits here in America and they were producing like ridiculous. And I was like, man, if I do rabbits, I just know that's money in the bank. I know rabbits is money in the bank. But I think the rabbits that I got, my breeder rabbits I got, were too old or whatever because they just weren't producing it. It makes no sense. Rabbits is autopilot, but I'm going to try them again one day. But I need something that's going to work now that I know that's going to work because I've done a lot of trial and error in Nigeria and I've failed quite often. And that's why I keep telling people, failing is nothing but a lesson. And now that I've learned, you know, what to do, what not to do, what I probably should start out with, what I shouldn't do, I can pass that along to you guys. So some of you guys that plan on going to Africa to do farming and stuff, because I highly encourage it, you know, you kind of know what direction to go. Because keep in mind, I'm a regular dude. I'm not rich yet. But if I can do it, you can do it, right? And I'm of the, okay, so if, to know what kind of guy I am, if you're making between, I would say 60,000 and 100,000, this is the range for you. So if you're making between $60,000 a year and 100,000 in that range, that's where I'm at. So if that's you, you can do what I'm doing. All right. You make enough money to do what I'm doing, even though it takes a little while, right? And a little luck. So goats, I bought, and now y'all see them, I think I just bought 5 more goats. I got 2 pregnant goats and 1 he-goat. So I've learned that goats are the easiest animals to raise. They're the easiest. Low maintenance. You ain't got to really do nothing, to be honest, right? Now, one good thing about goats is when it comes to the feed and my overhead, I have so much land. I can feed my goats for free. I don't have to buy feed for my goats. I have enough goats, enough nutrients on my small parcels of land that I've already purchased, right? The way I can feed them, my goats, indefinitely for free. So my overhead is zero when it comes to that. Now, getting their shots and things like that, no problem. I have my own veterinarian on lock that comes in, and their job is to give any type of animal I got whatever shots required for that breed, whatever species it is. So that's not a problem. I always step on my shots, right? But I want to be organic. So all of my goats have always been grass-fed goats. Grass-fed. No artificial anything, nothing like that. And I'm like, it's okay. So I can get these chickens, right, that won't bring me any income because of the global market. The eggs won't give me any income because of the global market, because the type of chickens, the layers that they're selling in Nigeria are the same layers that we sell in Maryland. Same layers, same chicken, right? Now there's a local chicken that I like the taste of that I want to get started on. I want to build a local chicken farm, but they're not going to produce as many eggs as those layers, because the layers are genetically modified, obviously, to produce damn eggs every day. But if I get the natural chickens from Nigeria, first of all, they taste better, right? They're smaller chickens, not as thick, but they're organic, and they just taste amazing, and they're more robust. They last longer. They don't get sick. So I do plan on doing that, but that's an investment I have to make and build up. But in order for me to be able to afford to build up a local chicken market to the capacity where I can sell these chickens for profit, I'm gonna have to take a hit for a while building that capacity up, right? Utilizing my financial leverage here to build that up over there. But in the meantime, goats. I would like to get into goat milk, but the goats that I have, I'm not sure. I gotta do some. There have those goats there in Nigeria, but I don't know about the market, and I don't know nothing about milk. I don't know anything about collecting and preserving milk. I don't have the capacity to do that, the facility to do that, but I can raise goats, right? So I'm going to be buying goats. It cost me about 400 USD to buy all 5 of these goats. So 400 USD got me 3 females, and 4 goats. Got me 3 females and 1 male. And that's 2 pregnant females. So usually these goats, and the kind of goats I have are pygmy, Nigerian, those mini goats, pygmy goats. They make great pets, by the way. You can buy them in America. They make great, listen. Goats make great pets. Like a little dog. They smart too. Look, goats are so smart. They're so smart and cute. Them little picnic goats are ridiculously cute. That's why I can never eat my own goat. I always went, like when I'm in Nigeria, I have my goat. Then if I want to eat goat, because I love the way goat tastes, I go buy goat because I don't want to eat my goat, right? Because they so cute, right? But you can't be doing that if you're going to have a farm. You got to find some way to separate yourself. But my plan and I just purchased some more land right in front of my land too. I think I told y'all about that. So I think I'm going to make that the goat facility. And one good thing about the goats is my damn dogs won't kill them. Because my dogs killed a couple of my chickens and a couple of my turkeys. That was an issue, right? I guess they were hungry. I don't know why they got prey. These dogs I have are still semi-wild, so they got a prey drive that I have to take in consideration. But when the goats get a certain size, they can't kill them. There's nothing they can do. They just got to deal with it or get their ass whipped by the goddamn, with them horns and shit, or get bucked on or whatever. So goats is something that I can have around my dogs. I don't have to pay for their feed because I got plenty of land. They grow pretty fast, and they're growing. It takes about, to get them ready for sale, about the same time as a catfish, about 7 months, right? But because I don't have to spend a lot of money raising them, there's no overhead after I buy them. So $400, 5 goats, 2 he goats. All I'm gonna purchase now is female goats. I just keep buying female goats. Let my he goat, I'm gonna buy 1 more he goat so that my 1 male goat don't gotta do all the work by himself. Buy 2 he goats so they can keep my goats pregnant, and I'm just gonna cycle them out and start just breeding goats for the purpose of selling them commercially. And I want to make that big, because you build a wall big enough, because them little motherfuckers can jump, right? I can have hundreds, and I have enough land to have hundreds and hundreds of goats. Well, I can have thousands of goats. Listen, I have enough land to produce thousands of goats, and I'm gonna fully focus on goats and the catfish. That way, I'm providing 2 forms of protein for the community to be able to purchase easily and locally and for a decent price. Keep in mind, the idea is to sell this for a decent price that the locals can afford while making a profit at the same time. If I can't sell it for profit, if I can't sell it for a decent price, there's no point of me being there. There's no point, right? If they can't buy the food, what's the point of me making it, right? This is specifically for the local people so they can have a cheap protein source for a place they can buy cheap protein, you know, to eat, right? So I'm gonna build a smokehouse where I will be not only smoking my catfish for, you know, for table and preservation, but I'll also be smoking my goats when they get to table, when they get to capacity, you know, after I dispatch them ethically. You know, there's an ethic way to do that. You know, I'm trying to be as ethical as possible, but you know, producing food, you know, as quickly as possible while being organic, ethical, and being affordable for the local. And I will take initial hits in order to make sure that the food I produce is affordable for the local community, right? And affordable for the retailers that will be buying from me, because I will be supplying businesses who make food utilizing goat and catfish. There's a big business right there. Goats and catfish over there is equivalent to the cow industry over here, right? That is those two are main staple foods. And I encourage anybody who's thinking about opening up a business in Nigeria to do fish and goats. Fish and goats. I would stay away from cows unless you're already a millionaire and you can afford to buy enough land to allow cows to graze naturally, right? There's plenty of land to buy if you got it like that. But I would stay away from cows because the Fulanis kind of got that market already, and I wouldn't want to compete with them right now because that's their market. I would stay away from cows. I would stick to goats, catfish. If you can do rabbits, because I'm going to try them shits one more again, all right? When I get some extra, I'm going to try them shits one more again, all right? Also, grass cutters is another one. I'm going to get into that shit too. Grass cutters, rabbits, and local chickens are the 3 other animals I'm going to start. But my main staple is going to be these catfish and the goats, because I feel like those 2 things require the least amount of investment. They are the easiest as far as learning curve is concerned, lowest overhead, even though you got to feed those catfish something good. So I'll be feeding them good because I know what goes into the catfish is what's going in people's bellies. So that is my mindset, right? Pan-African all the way. Health, affordability, access, all that. So that's what I got going on. So when I go back later on, early next year to Nigeria, I'll show y'all all what I got going on. Hopefully, I have more to show you. Oh, I will have more to show you when I get there next. But it's all business when I go to Nigeria. It's all business, and that's what I've been doing. So I just want to let you guys know, whoever's pondering what part of the journey you are on, because I know I talk to a lot of people that's either beyond me in other places in Nigeria as far as their farms are concerned, or they're just getting started, or they have like Trump said, a concept of a plan, right? But they haven't pulled the trigger on it or anything yet. Just know that in my journey, where I am, that's where I am. That's what I'm thinking about. That's the moves I'm about to make. And those are the reasons why I'm about to make those moves. So I hope this helped any of you guys out. If you want to brainstorm about this, let's brainstorm in the comment section. Also, I just downloaded Fanbase. I'm going to start using Fanbase, guys. The capacity of Fanbase is not as robust as a lot of these other social media websites, and that's okay. But I'm gonna go over there and start using it, and I'm gonna actually start going live and having discussions with people, because they got that same thing, all these other the Twitter Spaces and all that stuff. I'm gonna start going live to discuss real solutions and issues, real serious topics that will benefit us at the end of those conversations. They also benefit me at the end of those conversations about people who are serious about going to Africa and making something happen. I don't want to waste my time arguing about stuff that don't matter. When I go to Fanbase and open up lives and I spend my time, because I value my time a lot. That's why I don't go live on YouTube a lot, because I can talk for 45 minutes to an hour and a half by myself. And I know other people can do the same. And I just don't want to sit on live for 3-4 hours arguing with idiots. You know what I'm talking about. Arguing with idiots, getting nowhere in conversations. And I understand that productive conversations are boring, right? But there are some people who would like to have productive conversations, and those conversations to them are not boring. And those are the ones I want to connect with, hook up with, to possibly collaborate in the future. Because listen, Africa is the future. Everybody who's putting their tentacles in Africa and trying to establish themselves, in about 10, 15 years, we're going to be over there having freaking galleys and award shows about how to, and celebrating each other, how we made it over here, and how we built institutions that allowed our diaspora to come over here and work better, to operate better, right? And we're going to be laughing about how difficult it was 10 years ago when we were trying to convince everybody to go, right? So I want to kind of start that movement online of people who are serious, and I want to support a black business. We always talk about we don't have our own platform. Well, guess what? Fan base is our own platform. And even though it's not perfect like the rest, it's because we need to invest in it. We need to put content in there. We need to go over there and support it. And if we support it, they will have the money to invest in the platform. And then we'll be able to have the capacity, like all these other platforms that these non-black people own, and control us and tell us what we're going to say and what we're not going to say. So I will put my fan base information out there for you guys once I set up my page correctly. I haven't really posted anything over there yet. I'm just trying to set it up and figure out how it works. I will let you guys know, and we'll be doing our serious live talking over there. But for here, I'll still do my videos and things like that. Because over there, I'm trying to make money. Listen, on Fanbase, because of the way the platform is set up, I plan on making money because I need money to do some of the projects that I want to do. There are solar power wells I would like to get funded to build within the village that I'm in. There are projects that I wish I could do as like philanthropy work I would like to do. And if I had people supporting me, I could get a lot of things done. I'm the type of guy, you give me money. If I say I'm going to go build that well, you gave me the money, I'm going to go build the well, show you I built the well, then show you the receipt, how much it costs, and back it up with the amount of donation money that I got so you can see and put two and two together. That's me, right? But I'm not like Tariq Nasheed and all these other guys that lie and can get their subscribers to give them all this money so they can fluff themselves up financially in their own personal bank accounts, right? The most things I would do with that money would be to buy my plane ticket, right, to go over there so I can do the things I need to do. But Fanbase, that money I raise on Fanbase will go toward the projects I would like to build. And as I get bigger, I would do bigger and bigger projects and make that a part of my Pan-African movement, and make it so that the people who support and the people who watch me, who's in my Afro think tank orbit, will be able to benefit from the things that I do as I get bigger and bigger and become more successful, and be able to make things over there that will help facilitate you going over there and taking advantage of the things that I've built based off the support that the people who support me has supported me and given me, right? So, because it's good to talk about it, but when you put the shit into action and you see it happening for real, that should be enough motivator to get people involved. Because if I can build a place to where you can land, let's say you're interested in farming, but you don't know nobody. Don't know the first thing about nothing. But if y'all support me and y'all donate money to me and the things that I do, I can basically build a base. I plan on I will build a base, right, for us, so that you can get off the plane in Lagos, get picked up at the airport, taken to a hotel just in case you got to travel the next day, get ferried all the way to the base where your accommodations are met, where you can meet people and contractors who are not going to screw you over, where you'll have a safe place to land to be able to explore the area for agricultural business opportunities, and you'll be able to meet other local business operators who would like to operate with reputable people from the diaspora who wants to do serious business. I can facilitate that if I was empowered financially to do so. And eventually, once I gain the trust of enough subscribers and enough people, I will be able to do such things. And that's what I'm going. That's my journey. That's where I'm going with it. All right. So if y'all like that, keep rocking with me, and we will eventually get there, as however long it takes. All right. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. If you have any other suggestions, if you're a farmer and you're in Nigeria and you're well past me, give me some suggestions. Cheaper other animals maybe I should include, things I'm missing, things I should probably think about. Tell me in the comment section. We can build together. Because keep in mind, I'm just a dude on the internet. I'm just like the rest of y'all. Ain't nothing. I put my pants on just like you. I'm not any more special than anybody that's watching me. I'm not smarter than anybody that's watching me. I just know how to do things. I know how to take action. That's the only difference between me and you, is me and some of you, is that I just I put my foot forward. No matter how scared I am to do it, I put my foot forward. I take the risk. And a lot of you guys are ready to do all this stuff, but y'all just not ready to put that foot forward and take that risk, because it's always going to be a risk. As far as I'm concerned, I'm playing a real live game of Farmville. I'm playing a real live game of Monopoly, and it's just as fun and it's just as frustrating as the real life game, but the benefits are real. You understand? The benefits are real. So anyway, that's all I got to say for now, guys. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.